Hi, I'm Chrissy, one of the living care managers. We are at the beautiful home of Ben and Nikki, who have kindly agreed to share their story.
Hello, so I'm Nikki, I'm Ben's wife, and I hope you don't mind, but I've made a few notes so that I can ensure that I'm saying the right things. So having Frere come in every day has been an absolute game changer. It's allowed me to return to work without having to worry about Ben's safety. Amy and Chrissy initially visited, and from that point I knew that Home Instead was the company I wanted for Ben. Frere is a wonderful fit. She's punctual, reliable, knowledgeable and reassuring, and very accepting of our lovely pets. Frere works hard to help Ben with his busy diary of therapy sessions and carries out practice in between the visits. Frere goes above and beyond to ensure that Ben is occupied and that he recovers well, and she even does my ironing. She's wonderful.
My recovery is only I'm only 2.5 months in, so it's quite a short period, but I'm very pleased to have had Frere as my care, because she is independent, and she's considered my independence, first of all, and she has taken me to the house by the canal side, and she hasn't flinched at all at days out that I planned. Sometimes that's involved lots of travel, either to Easter Compton Farm Shop or to the canal side, and Frere as a carer has always been willing to send me. She is a good carer, and she's very people and independent centred.
Hi, my name's Frere and I'm Ben's care support worker. Can I please just thank Nikki and Ben for their lovely words, and I feel the same about them. It is such a pleasure working with Ben and meeting Nikki and their lovely animals. I started working with Ben a couple of months ago, and he has progressed in so many ways since then. At first I used to have to go on daily walks with him and just make sure he was safe and didn't fall, and he quickly became very independent and now walks on his own. His wife Nikki bought him a tracker so we can see where he is and call him, and also if he should fall, he has a panic button so he can let us know. Also, when I first started working with Ben, he said that nobody really understands what is going on in his head, so I thought it'd be a good idea to contact some support groups in the local area, which we started attending, and Ben now enjoys going every 2 weeks. One of them's monthly, and he says that he'd like to give back also to the Stroke Association in the future, which is really nice. Ben's speech has come on so much since I first started working with him. Every week I see such a difference, and Ben still feels a little unsure about his speech, so we record him now once a week so he can hear how he's progressed with his speech. Ben and I like to go out, so we go on regular visits to places that interest Ben, such as Bathampton Mill. We went for a lovely walk along the canal a couple of weeks ago with the dogs and had a meal. Ben now works out where we're going to go and what we're going to do when we go out, which is really good, and that was an idea that his speech therapist gave him, because he has regular visits from Serona, his occupational therapist, his speech therapist, a stroke nurse, and also, first of all, he had physiotherapy, which has recently stopped because Ben can now walk independently, which is a massive thing for him because he likes to have his time on his own. The thing that we've all been working towards is Ben going back to work, because that is very important to him. So Ben will be starting back to work next week for a few hours a week, which is great, and hopefully will help his recovery. So that's something over the last 2 months, like I say, that everybody's been working to, and he's finally achieved, which is the best news ever. Like I said before, it's a pleasure working with Ben and seeing his progress, and also thank you to Home Instead, because they've been amazing, giving me the chance to work with Ben and giving me this opportunity. they are an amazing company.
Frere, we just want you to know how much we appreciate your support to Ben. You've come on leaps and bounds, you've been such a support for Ben, and we just want to say a massive thank you to you.